basketball team. She just wasn't like other girls who do stupid things like that. One night, Chris came over. What happened?
I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant? By Jay?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. The doctor told me that I tested positive for HIV and that I'm pregnant. This is like too much for me right now. I can't. I don't know.
Andra. Did you hear about Christine?
What about Christine?
Well, I was in the bathroom, and I heard Kim and Christine walk in. And you know me being nosy, I stand up on my toilet stool to hear what they gotta say, and you would never guess what I heard.
What, Andra? Just tell me.
I heard Kim ask Christine, did she make the decision about the baby? So you know what that means. Little Miss Perfect is Little Miss Pregnant.
Are you sure, Christine?
Mm-hmm.
What is she gonna do about money? She doesn't have a job. How's she gonna take care of a baby? She won't even finish school.
Well, I don't know, but people that act like they're better than everybody else deserve what they get. And besides, why would she want to have the baby anyway? She could get an abortion or give it up. But no matter what she does, I still know, and I still can't stand her.
Tamara, what are you talking about? Christine's not like that. You just have to get to know her a little better. I just hope she didn't fall for that trap that so many girls do.
What trap?
Well, a lot of girls feel like they can get love from the baby, but they don't realize you have to give the baby your time, love, and energy. You're there for them. They're not there for you. I had to take care of my nephew for just one day. After just one day, I was so tired. I couldn't wait to give him back to my brother.
Whatever, because when I try to be nice or get in a group with them, they just ignore me. And Christine's the same way. She look at me like I said something stupid or I got something on my face. I do not like her.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Besides, you're probably just jealous. 'Cause you know Jay likes her. He doesn't like you.
Nuh-uh, that's not true.
Well, anyway, I hope everything works out with Christine. Having a baby so young is just so hard.
I don't.
Hey, what's up, Andra? You study for English?
No, I had to work on this history paper. But you think I can use your notes?
I got them from Kim. Girl, you can use them. I already studied.
Thanks, Kim.
Okay, I just went by just to drop off some books. So I guess I'll see you later in class.
All right, bye, Christine.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, Kim.
Bye.
You see what I mean? They didn't even speak to me. Watch, one of these days they gonna regret ever ignoring me.
Girl, you tripping. You didn't even speak to them. But I hope everything works out for Christine, though.
I don't.
After that day at school, I didn't hear from her for a while.
Do you know what happened to her?
Well, Chris didn't tell her family. She didn't know what to do, so she stopped coming to school and she quit the team. It was like she was a ghost. She just disappeared.
Did you try to get in contact with her?
It seemed like we all had problems. I couldn't look out for her anymore. And then she came back to school and everything seemed fine. Well, for the meanwhile, Chris came back to school and she stopped hanging out with Jay. Then we went to another party by Malik. Stupid, huh? After everything that happened at the last one, right? I figured since Chris seemed back to normal and Stacy wasn't so sad anymore that everything was okay. Psst, how wrong could I have been? I didn't know that Chris hadn't told Jay about the baby yet. And the only reason I found out was because their argument outside drew a lot of attention.
What happened next?
Jay started acting out, talking about how the baby wasn't his or something like that. And then Chris is really emotional, so she got upset. Because that's the only person she's ever been with. But then he grabs her by her shirt and started pulling on her. That's when some guy stepped in and tried to help her.
I gotta tell you something.
Don't tell me anything. What is it?
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant? What you mean you pregnant?
I'm pregnant.
By who?
It's your baby.
It's not my baby. Please, don't. Yo,
Jay,
listen.
Jay,
listen,
is your
it's not
baby.
my baby,
I
all
only
right?
slept with one person.
And you want me to believe that? Nah.
You know that. What are you trying to front?
I'm trying to front. It's not my child,
It
man.
is your child.
So what you gonna do with your baby?
No, it's our baby.
Nah, that word don't even sound right coming out your mouth.
Jay, for real.
Yo, listen. It's not my child.
It is.
Listen, what I said, man, it's not my baby, all right?
Treat her right, beat her right, eat her right. Whatever her delight is, be my biz, pop quiz.
Malik told me that he seen Chris leave, but he wasn't sure where to.
So this snail, he comes to a bridge, and he wants to get to the other side. So he starts to cross the bridge, but it takes him 5 years to get across. So once he gets to the other side, the bridge collapses, and guess what he says? Gee, I'm glad I walked fast. I walked fast.
What's wrong?
Nothing, I'm fine.
At the same time I was talking to Stacy, I found out how bad things really were with her and her mom. Stacy was drinking a lot, and she admitted that her mom hit her sometimes. She had bruises all over her body. She said that drinking was the only thing that eased her pain. I didn't have time to say anything more to Stacy because all of a sudden, somebody yells fire, and everyone runs out the house. A lot of people got hurt. People just got trampled over and stuff. We later found out that Tamara was the one that started the fire. It turns out that she had some issues and she did it for attention.
Every time. Every single time. I won't be ignored anymore.
Okay, we've seen the film. Now everyone knows how a small match can turn a big house into smoldering dust. But knowing something and doing something about it are two different things. Chris knew what could have happened to her because of some of the decisions that she made, but she didn't do anything about it until it was too late. What about yourselves? Do you want to be a teen parent or have an STD like AIDS or herpes? Do you want to be an alcoholic? What about becoming addicted to drugs or being arrested for drug activities or being arrested for gang activities or going to jail or being killed for the same reasons? The answer is no. None of us want that for ourselves. Behind me, I have a list of some of the risk factors that we know about that cause some of the decisions that the characters in that film just made. A big one is family. Everyone knows that we all come from a family, whether or not we like them, whether or not we like the decisions they make, whether or not we agree with what they think about us, we all come from a family. Now, if we don't get that from home, from your mother, from your father, whoever, we get it from who can offer it to us. If that's, your best friend, then it'll be your best friend. If that's your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever who's doing something that they have no business doing or doing something that, puts you in a bad position because you're not doing it, then you're gonna get it from there. But we all need family. Okay, financial stress. How many of us wake up in the morning and go, damn, I have no money, I am broke. You wanna ask your mom, you wanna ask your dad, what do? You ask the right person enough times for the same thing, eventually they're gonna say no. Now, unfortunately, oftentimes that financial situation, that financial stress leads you right down there. Drug trade, and then you go right, from bad to worse. Being broke is one thing. Maybe that's something you can't control. Selling drugs is illegal. Dealing drugs is illegal. That can land you right in jail. So, some people make the wrong financial decision. They go, okay, drugs are easy money. But the fact is, once you get involved in that path, yeah, you can come back. Yeah, there's always hope for you. But still, whatever you're doing then, you can't apply that to your professional. You can't put that on a resume. You can't put that on a college application. It can lead to you going to jail. A lack of family bonding, again, if your family doesn't reach out to you and you try to reach out to them or you don't try, you're gonna find it somewhere else. If that's in the streets, if that's with a gang, if that's with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, that's where you're gonna get it. You want that bonding. We look at a lack of successful role models. How many of you here today have role models? We all need a role model, because having a role model is like having goals. We all need goals and places that we want to be, 10 years down the line. And if we can look at people who have done the things we want to do, it'll give us, a direction. If your role model is Joey Crack, whatever, okay, you do that and see where that takes you. But if your role model is someone who does something positive, that'll also lead down that road. It's all about what decisions you choose to make, because the decision is up to all of you. We look at something like social and peer pressure. Peer pressure is like the reason that so many of us do things that we said we would never do before we went to high school. But we do it because your friends are doing it, because your brother's doing it, your sister's doing it, you saw people doing it, everyone else is doing it, and it's an excuse. And it's the reason that you do it. But let's be real. You are the ones who make that decision. No one can force a blunt in your mouth. No one can force a needle in your arm. Let's talk more about some of the characters that we saw. What about Kim? Is there any way that she could have, helped her friend, Chris, when she saw the bad thing she was doing, when she saw, what she was getting involved in? Is there any way she could have helped that?
She could have avoided doing it, and she could have took birth control pills, or Jay could have wore a condom.
Okay, thank you. How could Kim have helped Chris?
I think that if Chris needed help, Kim should have provided her with information, like going to a therapist, and if she felt uncomfortable, like she would go with her also as well.
Okay. Again, that's very positive, exactly. That's what friends do for each other. What about Chris's relationship with Jay? You're right there. She was in love with him, right? But why did she emulate his bad behavior?
Because she loved him and she was blind by all the things that he was doing, and all she could see was love.
Exactly. What about the community? What role does the community play in this? Does the community have, should they be involved? Should they, look out for these children? Should they look out for us and make sure that we get what we need?
They could put more after schools in the community, preventing kids being on the streets, the corners and stuff, and other stuff like having counseling or something about people.
Exactly. Where was the community for Jay? What are some things the community could have done to help him? Anyone.
He could have sought counseling in the community, or ask one of his teachers for help, or go to one of his friends for help. Exactly.
You have problems at home, you get outside help. Exactly. That's a great answer. So now we've just gone over, some of our risk factors. Here's a list of some of our protective factors. We look at them, it's very simple. Self-esteem, feeling positive about yourself, feeling as if you're worth something, as if you have self-worth is also important. It's very important. We look at something right here, parent communication, being able to communicate with your parents openly and honestly about what's going on in your household, what's going on with you. If you have that, it's great. If you don't, try to get that. It's very important. When we look at school, you want to be involved in school. You want to make sure you get things done in school. You make school, a place where you enjoy spending your time instead of jail for 8 hours. Be involved with school. Be involved with extracurricular activities. Have college be a goal for you. Have college be something that you want to do with your future, because there is a future with education. There is a future with college. Make sure you make those decisions that lead to your education and lead to higher knowledge.
All decisions are made by the individual, but you and I are products of the community and family surrounding us. Factoring in the risks of family conflict, financial stress, and a community with a positive perception of drug and alcohol use, the result can be an individual with a low self-image, poor academic performance, and no life skills. However, family and community can also affect the individual positively by providing parental supervision, peers with positive values, and enforced drug and alcohol laws. If you are not experiencing these things, seek help. Fact: without a positive relationship with a parent, relative, or mentor, youths have a 60% greater chance of engaging in risky behavior. Please, Seek guidance. It is never too early or too late.
One love, baby. Come on. Big Ben, baby. Come on. How we do, baby? Come on. I word on, baby. Come on.
That's right.
What? This is dedicated to the ones I love. Everybody, everywhere. Get out the fast life. Start rhyming. Live the right life like a diamond. Come on. Yo, yo, yo. He choose this and she choose that. He choose to rap and she choose the gap.
But yo, it ain't really gotta be like that. When times are hard, I got your back.
You gotta learn to react and work with what you got. When the block gets hot, another body gets dropped.
Mess around, tryna be a hot shot. Ain't nobody gonna care when you get lost.
She choose the fast life, living trite. But he's in the limelight cause he rhymes tight.
Yeah, you said that already. Now honey's walking around with the belly looking steady.
This ain't petty. You know you gotta be ready or it's gonna get heavy like a 57 Chevy.
So stop and think about the choices you make. Cause 9 months from now would it be too late?
Just stop.
Stop and think about it. Better think about the choices that you're making now. Stop and think about it. Ask yourself the reasons why you're feeling down. Stop and think about it. Better think about the choices that you're making now. Stop and think about it. Ask yourself the reasons why you're feeling down. Yo, ask yourself, is it really worth it? These cards you dealt, you gotta work with.
It's not too late, you can turn it around. All you gotta do is pick yourself up off the ground.
Don't mistake love for a four-letter word. You abuse yourself, you'll forever be burned.
No doubt it ain't about those crazy games. Never walk shady lane, just maintain.
Try to look